بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين يبايعونك إنما يبايعون الله يد الله فوق أيديهم فمن نكث فإنما ينكث على نفسه ومن أوفى بما عاهد عليه الله فسيؤتيه أجرا عظيما.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه الفائزين أجل الله وبعد. Dear students, welcome to our new class, and this lesson we will be covering with an interaction with Mr. Musab Naim Siddiqui, and he will introduce by himself. Welcome, Mr. Musab. Please.
Thank you. Warm greetings and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all the students right over there. It's indeed primarily, I would say, a privilege, and I'm deeply honored to be amongst you people, and it's indeed a great honor again to have a talk with Mr. Swaleh. Mr. Swaleh has been very kind enough to actually identify something of that usefulness in me. So I'm really grateful and thankful to him for this. Okay. As Swaleh mentioned, if I were to say something about myself, my name is Musab, as Swaleh introduced. I come from a city called as Meerut. It's a city in the state of Uttar Pradesh, next to Delhi, almost 80 kilometers our drive from Delhi. Okay, so my roots are from Meerut. My schooling was done in Meerut only, and it was way back. The year was 2007 when I left my city, and since 2007 I've actually been traveling all across for my studies, for my job, and finally I'm here having a talk with you people. Okay, so at the moment, if I were to say, I am currently the multi-property learning and development manager for St. Regis Saadiyat with Swaleh, and as well as luxury collection hotel in Al Wadba. So there are two properties that I'm actually handling at the moment, and it is the learning and development that I look after. Prior to this thing, I would say it's been almost 5 years that I've been in Abu Dhabi, and thankfully, alhamdulillah, by the grace of Almighty, alhamdulillah, God has been very kind to me, and I have been able to sustain my job here. Yeah. So yes, of course, it was very tough times these days, but alhamdulillah, by the grace of Almighty, I have been able to sustain the job. And it was in 2016 that I came here as a training coordinator. Okay. I was working in India with a brand called as Westin. It used to be Starwood Hotels brand, and in Westin also I was a training executive. Okay, for 2 years I was there. I took an internal transfer. It was a company based transfer, and I reached Abu Dhabi. Okay, if we talk about my education, I am a hotel school graduate. So there's a college called as IHM Pusa in New Delhi. So I'm a graduate of that college. After my graduation got over, I was selected as a management trainee for ITC Hotels, and there's a department in hotels called as front office. I'm sure you must have seen a lot of movies. The reception area, right? The guest comes in and the check-in happens. Sir, welcome to this hotel. That stuff is basically front office department. I was part of that department. For 2 years I was there, and then I realized that apparently front office is not my cup of tea. And that was a time after my management training program got over, I became an assistant manager, and I thought, man, let me think of something else, because I will not be able to spend my life with yes sir, how may I assist you? It's a bad thing, but yes, that's actually about me. After that, I decided, let me start with some studies. So I did my master's in sociology from University Jamia Millia Islamia. I don't know, I'm sure you must have heard of that as well. That's in Delhi. So for 2 years I was there, and then I eventually moved to the training department in Westin, that is in Gurgaon, Haryana. Yeah. This is just about me in terms of my career, or let's say how I've actually progressed further.
Thank you, Mr. Musab, and welcome to this in front of my students, and I'm very happy to be here with you. And like as I told you already, this is the session we just want them my students, they are just step into the new career, like in education career, they just stepped into this course. This is called like Wafi course, and it is Wafi or Wafia. For girls, Wafia, and for Wafi, it is for boys. For boys, it will be 8 years, and for girls, it will be 5 years. So this is their first year. So let's say preparatory years, first 2 years. So they are just preparing the languages, and they will be familiar with the almost everything, the learning techniques and learning tools. So as a multi-talented person, as I know, and by the way, Musab is one of our best known employee. Like, let's say we can describe him like, look at him. Okay, so my point is that from the part of learning a language, as you learned, you know already more than 3 languages very well, like two languages as your mother tongue, and English and French as your foreign languages.
Correct.
So what tools you can suggest for the English learning or learning a language?
Okay, a good question. I will actually answer this question not based upon any theoretical assumption or any educational theories, however, on my practical experience.
That is what we need actually.
Lovely. So, you know what, as you rightly mentioned, I speak a little bit of French as well, which I learned during my college days, my graduation days. So I think I can really take the answer to your question, and if I trace back my learning journey to the French days, because English was kind of taught to us in our schools, so I couldn't understand in terms of my realization did not happen that how I learned English. It was by the virtue of the schooling, and gradually we finished class 12th and I didn't even realize that I can speak.
But you need to understand one thing in this point.
Yeah.
We, as from day one of our schooling, let's say pre-KGs, like pre-KGs, we start learning English, maybe 12 years or 13 years, we just finished the English learning, but still maybe 80% of the student, they don't know what we learned, why we are learning this language, why they're asking us to write the diary, and we just by heart and we write. Or you know the point. So apart from all these good for nothing,
I understand your question. In fact, what you've asked me is another question. I'm going to answer you both the questions. So what I was actually saying is, so in terms of, if I talk about me, my English gradually went on. However, when I started learning French, that is the time I realized that there are certain tools that are required to understand a language. So when I entered my French language classes for the first time, the teacher over there, the professor, they mentioned to us very clearly that if you want to learn this language, you have to feel this language. First thing.
True.
When you say feel the language, it simply means you have to surround yourself with this language on day in and day out basis. You listen to the French songs, you see French movies, even if at all you will not understand a word, it's gonna be as if for me, I don't speak Malayalam, so if at all right now if I start watching Malayalam movies, I'm gonna be like, oh man, I have no idea what's gonna happen, but then yes, words will be going in and out. Sugamano, yes. Yeah. So this is something that I'll actually be going through. However, the professor said that irrespective of you understand or you don't understand, you immerse yourself into that environment. Why? Because the more you listen, the more you adapt to those listening strategies. Okay.
So this is the key, as we already said, listening is the key.
Exactly.
And be immersed. All around with you will be English. That means, let's say in another word, your dreams should be in English, right?
Exactly. Stop dreaming, stop thinking in your local language. Start dreaming, start thinking in the English that you really want to acquire right now as a new language. Because till the time, usually what happens, when we start learning a new language, I can give you from my experience, I always used to think in English first and then I used to translate it into French, which was again a very, very bad choice.
Yeah, true.
Professor said that do not translate your thought processes into a language but start thinking into the same language.
Yeah, true.
So what will happen is in this way we will actually start getting those words that we want to think, and when we do not know those words, we'll actually go back to our medium, which is a dictionary. Okay, in those days we used to have dictionaries, but now of course you have Google and you have all of those social media platforms where you can actually find out the meanings of the words that you are thinking about. Yeah, or let's say you are reading English textbooks. You all have, and I'm sure basic grammar, or let's say how language is written, you can all read and learn in the books. But when it comes to speaking, when it comes to a fluency, that can only be developed when you actually immerse yourself in that entire environment. And what I just mentioned,
the dreaming,
exactly,
the dreaming, the daydreaming. Even you have to move, you have to move into that.
In English, only English, and that's all. That's
true. And the next point I would like to talk to you regarding, like, barriers. There are certain barriers in front of us. If when I'm trying to talk to you in Hindi, always I find mistakes, and I think that what the heck I'm going to talk right now. Maybe I'm saying he, ho, ha. The end part of Hindi, and we are just confusing.
Correct.
And the male female portion of the Hindi, and it is absolutely confusing. So these times, first of all, I was thinking about if I say this one, because I already know something in Hindi. So when I have something, oh come on, I'm going to talk to him, and if I'm mistaken, what he will think about me.
Yeah.
This is an important question. So I was just worried about to talk to you in Hindi, and later on I understand, just I want to get the feeling, I want to get the result, I want to convey my feeling.
Correct.
So I was just saying, no, is it true or false? It's none of my business. I want to tell you this. I want to feel my
just express your emotions.
Yes, my emotions. I need to let you feel that.
Correct.
So what do you suggest to break the barriers?
It's a very important thing that you have actually asked. Why? Because usually all of us, irrespective of whatever language we speak, we always have this hesitation inside of us that, man, if I say this thing, will other person make fun of me? Will this person feel I'm a stupid guy? This person will think, man, he does not has any words. He's always using the same words again and again.
You know, this is the correction part from our language teachers and language community.
Of course.
What languages?
And people will start making fun of you. Look at yourself, man. You cannot even
English
know.
person.
So what the basic challenge in terms of learning a language is all with our brain.
True.
When I start learning a language, I have to tell myself that, Musab, this is not your language, first of all. And secondly, I will learn this language much better than the original speakers of this language. So the moment I get this conviction inside of me, that is the time the hesitation that I have, the shyness, the scare that I have inside of me, the fear that, oh man, if I say something, what will people fear of me? It will go away.
Yeah, true.
So the biggest way you can remove your barrier is stop thinking about what other people are thinking.
Yeah.
You say whatever you know. You practice whatever you know. The more you practice, the more you'll be able to deliver the exact essence of the language. And believe me, it is only a few days, it's only a few moments where people will maybe make fun of, yeah man, look at the English what the person is speaking. But after a certain point of time, they'll get used to it. And when they get used to it, that is a time you shall start improving upon a language, because you'll also, when you speak, you hear, okay? And when you hear, that is a time it brains processes and says, oh, this is a right word or this is not a right word. Okay? So this is how you can actually ensure that the hesitation, the barriers can be eventually removed.
Cool. So, and what will be the best instructions? You already said, you already described, if you can add some more best instructions to follow, like listening, that what we said, and dreaming, and that we what said. And is there anything else you can add as the best practice to get the learning, learning experience?
Correct. Good question again. See, you are mashallah Maulana, and I am absolutely anti of it. However, I would still say, on a personal note, whenever I feel my English is somewhere going bad, somewhere, I just go back to movies, watching movies. And especially the movies that I watch are the ones which are in British English, okay? With British English and with subtitles.
Yes, true.
Believe me, that is the only way, because what happens is, I mean, even now, after let's say watching 2 episodes of a British English movie, I end up speaking like that. So this is how you actually pick up the fluency. This is how you pick up the language.
Because that is the original native speakers.
Correct,
that is the point.
correct, correct.
So when we select the content, it should be accordingly to that one we can watch,
Of
and we
course.
can, because there are a lot of maybe some abusive things will be there.
Of course.
So make sure you are watching a clear one, and you have a
Exactly.
lot of videos as we shared
Exactly.
already, like. One site I suggested them already, like Practice Paradise. That is one, Learn English with Chad.com, and this one is, I think, is nice.
I would say go to BBC English. Just go
Correct.
to YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, BBC English News. Man, just listen the way those news anchors are reading out the news. You don't have to focus upon what they are saying, but what you have to focus upon is try to pick up the way they are opening their mouth.
Articulation, yeah.
Very good. The articulation,
Yeah,
the way they are expressing their things. That is something that you can learn. And just to say, there is a TV series. I'm not promoting a TV series. Forgive me for that. But this TV series called as Crown, that is available on YouTube, if I'm not wrong. And in that, Crown is basically the story of the Queen of England. It is a lovely series because that actually
and that was informative also.
very, very informative, because it gives you a very lovely history about the kingdom and the empire of the British. And you actually, when you listen to those sounds, you listen to the way they speak, the way they actually stand, for example, the way they'll talk to people, the way they'll communicate to people, you get to know what is the real, pure British English talking about over there.
So what in that's easy practice nowadays. We have all the social media platforms and a lot of even learning programs. Also, we have free learning programs like British Council. They are providing some free videos, free lessons, like a lot of things there are. So we will my students, they are listening and they are very good.
Right.
Actually, these students, I have to tell about them also. These students are selected from the total seat numbers for boys was like around 1,000,
Wow.
and they were chosen from 6,000, around 4
Wow.
to 6,000. So they are selected students.
That's an achievement.
And girls, they have less number of seats, but they are also chosen from around 3 to 4,000.
Mashallah, that's
girls.
an achievement.
So,
That's an achievement.
so these people are chosen
Wow.
to learn,
Of
and
course.
they choose their career to learn everything together, like the religious part and physical part. So both,
Amazing.
everything together. So they are on a mission by themselves. They set themselves for this one.
Wow.
So they have, by the way, all these students they have. They will be having right now. They are on online classroom.
Okay.
But the moment they are going back to their colleges, they will having best libraries ever.
Okay.
So
that's
what kind of books? That's my question is, what kind of books, like along with the learning, the learning process, the curriculum, the
Yes.
curriculum process,
Correct.
how can they adjust the learning and reading together? Reading for the fun and learning both together.
Correct,
So
correct.
how can they? What kind of books they can read, and what kind of books, like let's say stories, novels, like that? You can suggest anything.
A good question. In fact, a very important one again, because it says reading makes what a man is today. Yeah. So reading is a very, very important element of a language. Okay. Now, if you talk about reading, we all know none of us is a baby and a child over here. There's a lot of reading material available everywhere, even in social media, even in the libraries, also good as well as bad. Now, it depends completely upon us what we really go for. So, going back to your question, what can be recommended is, I usually suggest to my students, or let's say to my trainees, that you must always pick a topic that is of your interest. I have a younger brother, he's very fascinated by the game of cricket, okay, and he wanted to learn the language. And he was like, and he actually started reading, I don't know, somewhere from Reader's Digest. There's a magazine that used to come, Reader's Digest, and
Yeah,
Outlook
true.
magazine. And he's reading about the politics. What happens is, after 2 days, he's very excited, but after 2 days, excitement gone.
Yes.
And he's like, throw it away. Yeah, I cannot read it. I'm like, so
Like-
I actually sat with him. Yes, of course. I sat with him. I said, man, why did you throw it away? No, because I was not interested. I said, you read what you're interested in. So therefore, I got him magazines about cricket. And that is the time when he started reading about it, and he's very happy about it. So my suggestion would be that whatever area is you are interested in. It can be about religion, it can be about politics, it can be about economy, it can be about social systems, it can be about cultural systems. Whatever subject is your area of interest, you read that. In the starting, start with the very basic versions of that, and gradually then you move on to.
Yeah, actually, in the second class, I gave them one activity. Actually, that is what they will be making their own personal diary. They will not buy a diary. They will make a personal diary with, let's say, newsprint. You know the newsprint you were using. So newsprint or used paper, something like that. They'll be making their personal book. So in the first page, they will be writing their profile. After the learning, after the on their education, what they are going to be. That will be their dreaming in the first page itself. Brilliant. So that book they can use for this purpose also. Whatever they are reading, they can have a gist of it, and you can like that.
And that's a very good thing. There's this saying, it says, the goal that is written, believe me, is 50% already achieved. So when you have written your goal, 50% of it is already achieved. The only left is 50% that you can always work on.
True.
So that's a very, very good thing, that is suggestion that you have given.
Yeah. So this one they are going to practice, and they are the listening part. They are already listening some materials. So we are sharing, the teachers, the mentors, they are sharing. So I think so far I didn't see them and I didn't assess them in person. So I'm sure they are following it, and this is a good discussion chatting with you, Mr. Musab. And thank you for.
Always a pleasure, Mr. Swale. Always a pleasure, and my bestest wishes and heartiest congratulations to all of you that you have been selected here, and I wish you all the best in your careers ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Swale.
Thank you.